Swansea University has been working with ZSL to develop a school outreach programme for Project SIARC. This has been a wonderful and rewarding project with many outcomes and impacts which were positive but some quite unexpected. This film has been created to help us to capture some of the thinking process behind the outreach programme as well as some of the outcomes. I'm an academic working for the Faculty of Science and Engineering. So my role within this is to design the outreach programme and working with the schools and teachers to develop learning activities which fits within the school classes.
I'm Jo Barker. I'm the project lead of Project SIARC, which stands for Sharks Inspiring Action and Research with Communities.
So how do you do this? You make it on the computer?
We have some of the most diverse, incredible seas here in Wales, and so we wanted to find a way of showing school children what they had on their doorstep, what amazing species we have just down the road, and especially species like the angel shark. This is one of the world's rarest species of shark, and it's found here in Wales, and that's something super exciting. We were doing some research and we found out the great project that the Swansea University team had been set up on actually using 3D printing to engage school children and engage classrooms. So we reached out to Ping and Dimitri to see if actually there was a possibility of using 3D printing industrial technology.
My name is Dimitris Plechas and I work for Swansea University, Faculty of Science and Engineering. I am part of the team with Ping and Helen from Swansea University, and we are delivering the outreach element of the Project SIARC involving local schools, how to get the school excited with the 3D printer and what projects we can do. And I borrowed one Formula 1 car that I've seen at the university, and it was similar to that one. This was the previous version of that car, and I took it to the school and I showed it to the kids, and there was a wow factor. So immediately they got really captured by how spectacularly similar it is to an F1 car, and that was a really successful pilot. So we delivered this pilot, and then we thought, what next? At that point I met Jo from the Project SIARC. I went to the closing event and I saw that they had a massive 3D printed SIARC, and then we started talking about this little pilot we did and the outreach that we do here at Swansea University. She came next day to see the facilities, and I saw her the car and I was all excited. And then she told me about the Project SIARC, the next phase of the Project SIARC. And then we thought, well, would it be really cool if we could actually get the schools that we got already engaged, a new printer, because those printers that we gave them, they were a little bit not very reliable, and then get them involved with a different project. So park the car to one side and bring in the SIARC. That's where the real project started with the schools, that we actually had to teach them not just to press the button and then print what we give them, but actually show them about CADs and how they can create 3D designs themselves. Talk them about the Project SIARC with the angel shark that exists in the Welsh waters and that brings biodiversity into the play, and see whether we can create a project that the kids will use the design aspect, the 3D printer, and then learn about biodiversity.
I'm Helen Lewis, and I work with Dimitri to teach the children the 3D printing software, and then I work with the class and the teacher to create a display over about 6 weeks. They come up with their ideas, produce a display that was then shown in the Botanic Gardens. When we first go in, there's a little bit of trepidation with the 3D printing because it's involving computers, it's involving software. Sometimes the teachers are a little bit not sure, but I think we've been really lucky that we've coincided with a change in the curriculum for teaching primary school children. There's a much freer approach to this, and quite a few schools have embraced Project SIARC and used Project SIARC as a topic for a whole half term.
So the program is designed so that it supports the school curriculum. It's designed to be essentially an open-ended project for the kids to engage with. So starting with Meet the Scientist sessions to provide knowledge of angel sharks and a number of the shark species.
So I'm Jake Davis, I'm the project coordinator for Project SIARC. The Meet the Scientist sessions are really important as it provides the classroom the opportunity to talk to conservation projects like Angel Shark Project Wales and Project SIARC to find out more about specific shark species that we're working on, but also using these species such as the angel shark as a flagship species for the Welsh marine environment and understanding the amount of diversity that's found off the Welsh coast.
My name's Sarah, I'm the Project SIARC assistant, and I've been involved with the school engagement programme, mainly during the Meet the Scientist sessions. And the Meet the Scientist sessions have been like an hour-long session where we introduce the basic biology of sharks, skates and rays, and it's been really amazing how engaged they've been as well and how keen they are to learn. Yeah, they're just like sponges, so just taking in all of the information, and it's really amazing to see, yeah.
Because of the different ways that they've taken the information that Jake and Sarah give them in the Meet the Scientist session and Dimitri and myself give them with the 3D printing, they have been able to get the message about the marine environment and the shark species that we've been looking at to the general public in really inventive ways that you couldn't fail to walk past their display and any of their displays and stop and think, what's that about? They use their QR codes brilliantly. It's something that kids seem to work with all the time. It's like writing. They don't think twice about using a QR code. So a school did a walkway where you walked on the seabed, and at various points there were QR codes for the public to scan on their phones, and then they got additional information. I think it's been great because the teachers have allowed the kids that room to take the subject and run with it and see where they get to.
The workshop that I was doing, I was focusing mainly for them to obtain the tools, to be able to do the designs, to be able to use these tools then for the display later on. By that time, we gave them the 3D file that they could just press print, and then half of the shark come out, or show them how to process the file of the shark themselves. And then they can print the shark in two parts, and then they can join them together in the middle.
The scanning side was interesting. So that was a challenge as part of Project SIARC. They said, could you digitise some of the sharks that washed up on the beach and have been studied since? So I said yes, we'll give that a go. I haven't scanned a shark before. I've scanned sort of inanimate objects before, but yeah. So it was fascinating for me just to try something a bit different to the usual engineering. So the equipment we use for scanning, we use something called a HandyScan creaform scanner. So it's a light-based scanner, and what you can do is actually scan the form that you're looking at, and it also has a laser on there as well. And this laser then reflects back at different positions. The software measures the deviation of those positions, and it can give you a 3D surface. So we tend to use that for more engineering projects and so on, and it works well. Actually, I wasn't sure because of the surface, the surface of the shark. I thought it might be a bit shiny and what have you, but actually it worked fine. It was it absorbed the light nicely. It gave us a good reflection, and it gave us a good surface data to work with. It was a great experience. I'm meeting the team as well, Project SIARC team. Fascinating, because I love that. And personally, I've always loved that sort of collaboration between different skills, disciplines, because I think that's where the really interesting work, comes out, sort of that collaborative innovation and working.
They managed to demonstrate how a 3D printer can be used as a tool. and this is actually the most important part, because then imagine now if you had another subject that you have to teach about the human body. You can actually print a joint or a skull. You can go find out in the marketplaces what objects are available.
It went so much further than we ever even imagined when we had those initial conversations, because of the skills that Swansea University brought and all of the expertise of working in the classroom. And we've been totally blown away by the amazing displays and outputs that the school children have created as part of Project SIARC in the last year or so. And it's been amazing to see their interpretation and the school children's interpretation of what sharkscapes and rays we have here in Wales, and bringing that together with this expertise in engineering and 3D printing that we hadn't even considered before the collaboration started.
I used to think big, but my walls have all caved in. My